Imagine this. You have got the most masculine man in the world. You love him so much. You feel so much connection to him. You feel so much attraction to him. You love when he gives you attention and affection. And he walks over to you, he grabs you by the waist, looks deeply in your eyes, gives you a kiss, passionate kiss, leans back again, looks in your eyes, says, "I love you so much, baby." And you melt. You feel amazing. You feel like the most special woman in the entire world. The reverse is not true, or even remotely close. When you tell a man, "I love you," no matter how you say it to him, no matter how softly or passionately, he definitely doesn't melt, and it doesn't really do that much for him. Now, if he's a really feminine man, if his masculine instinct is not very online, if he is more emasculated, if he is really needing validation from his woman, then sure, he'll get a really big kick out of it. He'll absolutely love it. He'll eat it up. But if a man is really masculine, if his masculine instinct is fully online, a woman telling him, "I love you," just doesn't really do much for him. And why is that? The reason why is because men and women need different things. Our needs are very different. A woman's need is to be cherished. It's to be energetically penetrated by her man with love. And so when a man looks at his woman, gazes at her, and tells her with complete truth how much he loves her, she's going to take that in fully. She's going to love that energetic penetration. It's just going to open her up. It's going to light her up. But a man doesn't need love in that kind of way. That doesn't mean he doesn't want a woman who loves him. And it's not that he doesn't want a woman who will say that she loves him. It's not about that. It's not that's a bad thing. It's just that it doesn't do anything for him, really. Just like, that's nice. And that's all. Because it's not meeting his need. A woman's need is to be cherished. A man's need is to be respected, or even deeper, to be revered. So a deep respect for him. And when we're looking at polarity, so man and woman, a man is energetically giving to his woman. He's energetically penetrating her with love. A woman is opening herself to her man. She is receiving her man's love. So what does a man need then? If he doesn't need "I love yous," what he needs is for his "I love yous" to be, and much more, not just that, but he needs his love to be received. This is a very important concept. You don't need to give to him. That doesn't mean you're not doing anything for him. It's different than that, okay? It doesn't mean that you're never going to wash the dishes or help take care of the children or cook him an amazing meal or anything like that. It's not about that. What it means is energetically you're not trying to give him love. The more that you step into a frequency of trying to give him love, whether that is with "I love yous" or with gifts or with acts of services, like you can look at kind of the 5 love languages kind of idea, concept. You're trying to give him something. You're trying to meet his need through giving. When you do that, you're not going to be meeting his need. And again, this is where polarity gets complicated, because you could ask 100 men. You could show 100 men this video, and a lot of them will be like, "This guy is crazy. This guy's insane. He doesn't know what he's talking about." And it's because their masculine instinct is not fully online. If someone showed this video to me a decade ago, I would have said, "This guy's crazy." Because what I felt I needed at the time was like, "Oh, I want a woman who's giving me affection, like she's giving it to me, giving me the affection. She's giving me care. She's giving me words of affirmation. She's saying, 'I love you,'" until my masculine instinct came online. And all of a sudden, I didn't need that anymore at all. All I needed was to be able to feel that she is receiving me, so that when I say "I love you," I can feel her take that in fully. Okay? What does that mean? What I was describing at the beginning of this video, where a man is saying "I love you," and you just open up and you melt and you just feel so good and giddy. Maybe you feel like a little girl inside, and you're not just feeling it, but you're actually expressing it. So you take that "I love you" fully in, and he feels that. He can feel your receptivity. He can feel your gratitude. He can feel the joy that he created because of that "I love you." That is you receiving him, and that is what he needs. I'm going to tell you words that he really does want to hear. I'm going to tell you what is going to inspire him to really step up to be even more of a man and take care of you even more. inspire him to want to give more to you. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened in my relationship about 7 years ago when my masculine instinct came online. This is going to be very important for anyone who has a man or who's had a man in the past where their masculine instinct was not fully online. It's important to understand the shift that happens. And it's also important to understand that you can have a huge influence on that masculine instinct coming online. The more feminine that you become, the more vulnerable that you become, the softer you become, the more reverential you become to a man, the better chances you have of your man's masculine instinct coming fully online so that your needs can be so much better met. 7.5 years ago, my masculine instinct was not fully online, and so I wasn't meeting many of my wife's needs. I was operating through a lot of wounding, kind of wanting her to be more in her masculine, at least in some ways, to give me, affection, give me care, all of that stuff. And what happened was, when my instinct came online, I stopped wanting any of that stuff. Like, it went from, ooh, this is really enjoyable, this feels really good for me, to doesn't really do anything. That's nice at best, but doesn't really do anything. But what also happened was my need to be received came fully online. And my wife was not very good at receiving me. She was too closed off. Her heart was too guarded. She was not expressive in her energy. She was not fully connected to her heart. If you're not connected to your heart, then it's going to be very difficult to express your heart. When you are like that, either because of unconscious fears or because of shame, self-judgment around being expressive and being vulnerable and a man fully seeing you. And there's a lot of women who don't want to be expressive because unconsciously they don't want their man to know how easily affected they are. Not just negatively, but also positively. That's a really big problem in a relationship, especially when a man's masculine instinct is fully online, because he needs to be able to feel your receptivity. So here I am, my masculine instinct has come fully online. I all of a sudden need to be able to feel her receptivity. I can't feel it. I start doing things for her. I'm trying to give her more. I want to light her up and bring her joy all of a sudden in a way that I hadn't before. It's not that I was a selfish monster before, but it just wasn't that really intense desire. Now that I'm doing this, I'm not getting much back. And there is an energetic feedback loop that happens between a man when he's in his masculine and a woman when she is in her feminine. The man gives, okay, so he is putting energy into his woman. He is filling her up. Now, when a woman is fully open and fully grateful, and she's expressing that fully, and a man can feel that, he gets energy back by being able to feel how positively he's affected his woman. If his woman is guarded, more shut down, entitled, right, stuck in entitlement to getting stuff, she's not going to feel that gratitude. She's not going to be able to fully receive the man's care deeply. And it's sort of like putting money in the toilet and just flushing it down. As an example, right, it's a waste. And the man is, just like a man's bank account's going to get drained if he does that too many times and flushes that all down the toilet. His energy is going to become drained if he gives to his woman and she's not receiving him fully so that he can basically get that energy back. It becomes a loop that breaks at the point of the woman. So if you have any difficulty being fully in your heart and expressing that gratitude, expressing that joy, you got to work on that. There might be shame in the way. There might be self-judgment in the way. There might be fear in the way. You might be disconnected from your heart. You might be dissociated. Whatever it is, you need to work through that. You can. Any woman is capable of it if you're dedicated to it. Just need to learn how to feel deeply. If you've got a man, you can ask him for help as well. If you're single, you can actually ask men on dates for help with this. Masculine men are going to care. They want to be able to help their woman, a woman that they like, a woman that they care about, a woman that they love, especially. So that was what happened to me, and I became drained, and then it became so difficult not to give up. I felt so drained, felt so heavy to want to continue giving to her that I had to pull back my energy. I literally had to give her a lot less, because if I continued to give, I would just become fully drained. And it's not that. Understand, it's not that I was doing a transactional relationship. My intention was not to give so that I get something back, because that would be giving to get, and that's just manipulation. That's not really giving, right? That's not true provision. I was giving to give. But if I don't receive anything back, if a man doesn't receive anything back, or very little back, even if his intentions are clean, He's just not going to want to continue to give. Like, imagine if you've given someone a Christmas present and you put all this time and effort into this Christmas present. You're so happy, you're so excited to give it to the person. They unwrap it and they're like, oh, cool. Then they put it aside. Thanks. And you feel that present was not fully received. Are you going to be motivated to want to give that person presents in the future? No, probably not. You're going to lose a lot of that motivation, especially if it becomes a repeated pattern. So it's the same thing for a man, why he dials back his provision when a woman is unable to be in that frequency of gratitude. So let's talk about what you can say, and then let's also talk about how you can shift into that energetic. Before we do that, I'm going to introduce myself. Still haven't done that. I'm already 15 minutes into this video. So my name is Zach Grody. I'm here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams, using your feminine energy and what I call feminine communication to inspire a man into cherishing you. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that below. Hit the notification bell and be sure to like this video because, of course, I want to make sure it's a good one for you. And if you would like help learning how to shift out of your unhealthy control patterns and into inspiring a man into stepping up and providing for you, giving you affection, giving you care, giving you leadership, giving you love, planning, taking you out, treating you like a princess, then be sure to go below this video, open up the description, look at my main website, relationshipofyourdreams.com. You'll see it right there. Click on the link, go there. All of my offers are there. Working with me, my books, my free Facebook group, everything. Check out everything I have to offer, but a great place to start, especially if you're not ready to spend money, is to just watch my 45-minute free training where I'll explain how to make these shifts in the process that we take our clients on and how you can start doing that right away. So, gratitude. Here is one thing, just very simple, that you can start doing more. Most women can start doing more. Say thank you. And when I say thank you, I don't mean just a polite, oh, thank you. I mean you really mean it. I mean you pause and let in his provision, whatever he is doing for you. Even if his provision is not exactly what you want it to be, at least learn to appreciate the effort. Take a moment and just let that in. Just pause if you need to. Recognize that he is putting effort into doing something for you to make your life easier, to make your life better, and see if you can feel any of that gratitude that comes up. And when you do, that's when you say thank you. Because it's not the thank you that matters. A polite thank you means nothing to a man. But a thank you, when you're feeling that gratitude, when you're feeling that happiness because he did something for you, that is like an I love you that a man gives you. You feel so good when he says I love you, lights you up. He feels so good when you say thank you with gratitude because he can feel your receptivity. And practicing, just saying thank you whenever he does something for you. It's practicing opening up your heart in that moment and taking him in. As long as you're connected to your heart in that moment, the more that you do it, the more that your gratitude will start to come online. Assuming, of course, and this is very important, you're not doing it to light him up. You're not doing it to make him happy. You're not doing it to make him feel loved. Because if you're doing that, you're in your masculine energy. You're trying to control. And it's a loving way of controlling, but it's still control, which means it's still masculine, which means you're not in your feminine. And a man's not going to be able to feel your receptivity if you're in your masculine. You're not actually receiving him. You're actually penetrating. You're actually providing. That's not what a man needs. So you need to let all of that go. You're not doing this for him. You're doing this for you because it feels good to receive for no other reason. Just like in the bedroom. If you're really guarded and closed down and you have difficulty being vocal and screaming when in pleasure and all of that stuff, you learning how to do that should be for you because it feels so much better to be fully uninhibited and for you to be able to take a man in fully and his provision in fully. You're just doing the same thing outside of the bedroom. When you do it for you, and all feminine communication, all of this is all for you. When you learn how to do that, a man loves it as a byproduct of your joy, right? You're being joyful, but you're not doing it for him, but he gets joy because of your joy. Just like if you gave that little Christmas present to, your nephew or to your daughter or your son, and it lights him up or lights her up. You don't need him to do anything or her to do anything other than to be happy for them, for himself, for herself. It's the same for you. And guess what? You're worthy of that. A lot of women really have difficulty recognizing how worthy they are of that kind of joy without having to perform, without having to do, without having to provide. You're 100% worthy. You have to choose to be. And the more that you're able to take a man in, the more that you're making that choice, and the more that you're starting to inspire him. If you've got self-worth issues, if you have difficulty fully receiving because you don't really believe that you're fully worthy, and a lot of women do, or because you're guarded in some way, and that's going to be a self-worth issue as well. Any kind of guarding is a self-worth issue in some way. Even if you really like yourself, even if you love yourself, there is a self-worth issue at the core where you're not able to fully show yourself vulnerably, receive a man. If you struggle with that, or if you struggle with anything else that I talk about, where you have difficulty just being in your feminine energy all the time, I would love to help you. I would love to make this journey easier for you. I would love to lead you into making these shifts, helping you through your fears, helping you through your shame, helping you through your self-judgment. It becomes a much easier journey. And if you would like help with that, then book a call with me. Go below this video, open up the description. Again, click on relationshipofyourdreams.com, watch the video, book the call below the video. There's a button to do that. And then let's get on a call and talk. There's no pressure. Our program might not be right for you, but there's a good chance that it is. There's a good chance that it will change everything in your life. And that's what we'll be finding out together. I'll help figure out what's going on, why you're stuck, or why your relationship or your love life, if you're single, is not as amazing as it could be, why you're not attracting the kind of man that you want, or if you're in a relationship, why he's not showing up as the kind of man that you want. I'll give you some coaching on what you need to do to start shifting that. And then we'll find out, does it make sense to work together? And if it does, great. You can ask me any questions you have about our program. I'll answer everything, and then you can make a decision for yourself. If that's you, book that call. Don't delay. I'll see you there.